This
Everyone.
conference will now be recorded.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Melinda Bourgeois. I'm with Travel Central here in Monterey, Louisiana. We welcome you to a great seminar today called Grand South America Discovery Cruise with Holland America. Often we talk about it in the office. South America is one of the, I guess, underrated places to go, but it's definitely trending and it's definitely a place that I think once you go, you'll be amazed. I've been to almost every country in South America and have never been disappointed. Everything from your beauty and your scenery and your incredible food and wine to your coastline, which your beaches to the Andes Mountains. So lots to do in South America. And today we're fortunate to have Kristen with us, and she has worked with Holland America and has been to multiple ports and was able to share insider tips. But before we get started, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Travel Central. Travel Central has been in business since 1988, over 36 years planning travel vacations. Our goal is from the moment you call us and tell us you want to go on vacation to the moment you come home, we are your advocate. The greatest thing I think that's perfect about working with a travel agency is you have one person. That person, our advisor, is dedicated to you who will answer questions, share advice, and available by both phone, text, and email. We also belong to a large organization called Signature Travel Network and offer other benefits that you can't get out in the open market, things like onboard credit or upgrades in your room or free breakfast at hotels. So it's definitely a great thing to work with a travel advisor, and I hope after watching this presentation you'll want to go to South America and give Travel Central a call. With that, I will now turn it over to Kristen, who will share about the ports and about Holland America and some of the very exclusive specials that Travel Central can offer you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Melinda. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm really, really excited about sharing our brilliant itineraries and destinations that we are going to here in South America. Like Melinda said, it is a very underrated destination. Not a whole lot of people have really experienced it to its full extent in the past, but that is changing. There is a huge trend in destinations that take us to the edge of nature, that take us to the wonders of the wildlife and the wonderful society and culinary arts that we'll find across these varied landscapes. So I'm really excited to be talking to you about Holland America, the Oosterdam in particular, and the exciting itinerary that we have for you hopefully in 2026. So first up, Holland America. We like to say that travel is our tradition. We are the second oldest cruise line in the world, having sailed on board the Seven Seas since 1873. That brings with us a lot of beautiful traditions. We are a premium cruise line, so you're going to see that the size of our ships are just right, not too big, not too small. And we love to say that when you're cruising with Holland, I always start with like, do we not have? We don't have the water slides, we don't have the rock climbing walls, but we have experiences that you do not want to hurry through. Experience with us is are too good to hurry through, even. And you're going to find that that is the kind of experience on board that we will take you into these destinations that I'm really excited to share with you today. Now, you may find that our ships, if you haven't sailed with us before, are called the dam ships. So we have all of our ships ending in the word dam, which in Dutch means town. And so you have the Rotterdam and the Volendam and the Westerdam and the Oosterdam. So these are all just paying homage to our Dutch heritage. And we rename our ships every time that we do make them. So if you ever go on the Rotterdam, you're going on the Rotterdam 7, which came out in 2023. Now, with Holland America, we have a number of pillars that we really showcase to our guests, and one of those is service. So we do have a 1 to 2 crew to guest ratio that reflects that highly personalized service. We have twice daily turn downs. We have personalized recommendations throughout the guest journey. And we really want you to feel that friendly, cozy hospitality vibe. There is a there's a term actually in Dutch. It's called gezellig, and that's what it means: convivial, friendly, genuine hospitality that is impossible to copy or to imitate. And you're going to find that with our crew members who have worked sometimes for decades with us along our many different cruises. Now you're going to see a lot of these lovely returning traditions that have been around since the golden age of cruising. We have live cooking shows, we have tea, turn down. We have a curated library on board with books from all around the world, as well as specialty books from the region. Live music in the Ocean Bar, live music in our Rolling Stone Lounge, billboard on board, piano lounge. So you're going to have wonderful traditions all around the ship that really differentiate us between other cruise lines. But we also have some really fun new experiences. If you haven't sailed with us before, we have pickleball courts on all of our ships. The Oosterdam actually has 2 pickleball courts. We have our Dutch Day celebrating our heritage with menus and drinks and wonderful parties. We have great up close presentations for the unique insights and local stories of the region. And we have our exclusively global fresh fish program, which we're really super proud of. In most areas of the world, including South America, we are able to work and source our fresh fish and seafood from locally sustainable sources. So that is extremely, extremely important for us. So we have our destination dining. So that means our first, the Global Fresh Fish program, port to plate in less than 48 hours. You'll actually see when we go to all these different ports, we'll be loading up all these provisions onto the ship. And a lot of those are from our local co-ops and seafood providers that we work with. We have our bread and pasta made fresh daily. We have authentic regional dishes that you'll see in both the main dinings as well as specialty restaurant. And we do have our culinary ambassador highlight global flavors and their regional specialties as well. So going into the exciting itinerary, basically we're getting to see half of South America with a little bit of the Caribbean mixed in. So this is going to have multiple overnights, late sails, beautiful scenic cruise sailings, and really exciting, picturesque, and marvelous landscapes along the way. So this is a 31-day Panama Canal, Inca, and South America discovery from March 8th to April 8th, 2026. We got some great promotions that are happening as well that we'll talk about. But really, this is a great way if you're really wanting to see South America, even the Galapagos, Machu Picchu. This is a one and done opportunity. So let's get started. First off, Buenos Aires. So we actually start off with 2 nights in Buenos Aires. So you actually will come in. You actually will embark the day, have a full overnight, and then you'll actually leave late the next day. Always, though, and you can work with your travel advisor for this, do think about coming in a couple of days early. I know from Dallas, it's about a 7-hour flight from there, but this is going to allow you to explore the Buenos Aires. Maybe you go to Iguazu Falls, attend a tango show, go into the Pampas, you do some wine and culinary and city tours. It's a really great opportunity for you to get to know this marvelous city with European roots in Argentina. The very next day after you leave Buenos Aires, we'll go to the capital of Uruguay, Montevideo. Beautiful Art Deco and Art Nouveau architecture all around, lots of parks, clean, and I can say wonderful culinary opportunities. I grew up on a ranch, and I feel like I know my steaks and things like that, but the meat here in Uruguay was spectacular. They really, really, really pay homage and treat their beef very, very well here. So Montevideo, Uruguay, you've already had 2 days and 2 countries all ready for this. Now, going out of Montevideo, you're going to have some sea days throughout the cruise, and also after Montevideo. I like to say, there's tons of things to do. You can be as busy or as not busy as you want. We have book club, religious offerings, bingo, bridge, crafts, wine tasting, shows, entertainments, music, port introductions, and shore excursion talks. We have gala evenings. We have on deck for the cause. So there's a lot of things to do that you'll see in the daily program. Also, movies that are from that area as well. Your next port after Montevideo will be Stanley in the Falkland Islands. This is just the most spectacular port. It is one that, it's very hard to get to in a sense if you were to fly. So a lot of travelers do visit it via cruise ship. It is a wonderful place to see the penguins, both the Magellanic that you can see here, but also the king penguin that you can see giving himself a little bit a comb through in the background as well. They also have rockhopper penguins, so that is definitely one thing to be able to do if you're going to go to the Falkland Islands. But also the Falkland Islands War is a huge imprint of the city, and you will see a lot of the families have memories from the Falkland Island War, as well as experiences of their own. So it's a great opportunity to see a part of that history of the islands. Next, we go into Ushuaia. So after a little bit of scenic cruising in the Beagle Channel, Ushuaia is the southernmost point, the southernmost city, I should say, in South America. The wildlife, the scenery, spectacular gondolas that you can be able to go into, and the Tierra del Fuego National Park, part of the Patagonia experience, is being able to go on excursion here to that. So you do have an enormous amount of bird life, enormous amount of coastal sea life when it comes to seals, penguins, porpoises. Beautiful array of the creatures of South America will be found here. And then from there, you leave Argentina and go into Chile. So Punta Arenas will be your first port in Chile, and this is where you're able to go to the Torres del Paine National Park, which is what you can see here. I know actually Melinda has been to this place. It is a gorgeous vista, a gorgeous scenery, and so happy that it is being able to be preserved. There are also Patagonian estancias. These are kind of ranches in the area. The Magdalena Penguin Preserve is one of my favorite things to do in Punta Arenas, but there is also the opportunity, if it's a good weather, to do the Antarctica flight and landing. You actually go to and fly over. It's about 2.5 hours from Punta Arenas, and you'll actually land in Antarctica near a Chilean science base and be able to explore the area with guided tour guides from the base from there. So it's a really great opportunity to also see, if good weather, to also see the seventh continent as well. From there, we go to Puerto Montt. This is where you start seeing these volcanoes. You have the beautiful Chilean fjords all around them, fishing excursions, Patagonian villages all around, gorgeous lakes from the glacier runoff. And this is going to be one of those places where it kind of feels like maybe Norway or Alaska, but instead of mountains, they're volcanoes. So it's fantastic with that. From there, we go to San Antonio, which is the port of Santiago, the Chilean capital. So you do have options for excursions into the Chilean capital for the day. A lot of people love to visit the coastal towns, Valparaiso, Viña del Mar. There's also the Casablanca Valley winery tours that people really enjoy. I love Chilean wine. I remember tasting, probably still to this day, my favorite wine that I ever had. They didn't export it out of Chile, and it was $2 a bottle. Now this was 2019, last time I was there, but it was still, I would always make sure I brought a couple of bottles back on board for that. So it's definitely something to think about if you're a wino. Now from there, we follow the coast upwards, northern, going into some beautiful scenic cruising, and then finding ourselves at Coquimbo, the port of La Serena. It's a beautiful beachside town, not too incredibly large, kind of a very resorty town for the Chileans. They like to go here in vacation. So you're going to find these beach towns all on the coast, wineries, of course, distilleries for piscos and other liqueurs, and lots of handicraft markets there as well. So it's a fun time to just kind of relax, especially if you were really busy doing any maybe hiking or exploring in the Patagonia area as well. And then we come to General San Martin. It is the port to Pisco. And from here, there's a lot of opportunities for overland adventure. So one, we do have the Nazca Lines Flight C, which is a flight from General San Martin into the Nazca Valley. So you can hopefully see those beautiful and ancient hieroglyphs that were built into the landscape. But this is also opportunity to do two different overland adventures. So overland adventures are mid-adventures during the cruise where you leave from a port and then you come back to a different port. So we have first Cusco and Machu Picchu. So that is going up into Cusco for a day, and then Machu Picchu for a day, with them flying back and meeting the ship in Lima. The other one is the Galapagos and Machu Picchu. This is a 6-day tour, which again you will leave in San Martin, General San Martin. You'll actually meet up back in Ecuador for this. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to, again, Machu Picchu, Galapagos, the Chilean fjords, Antarctica, Argentina, Uruguay, Peru, Ecuador. These are so many opportunities that you're going to be able to see all in one special cruise. So again, a great opportunity to go further afield while you're still going to be on one of our cruise tours that will have the best opportunities for comfort, for organization, for ease of access, as well as having that premium experience, whether you're in Machu Picchu, Cusco, or the Galapagos. Also, the Paracas Desert. I did go desert dune buggying and snowboarding here, which was really super fun. Then we have 3 full days in Lima. So 3 full days and 2 nights in Lima. We're there that long because, again, we have a lot of overland excursions from here. So from Lima, there's a lot to do. They have lots of great museums and archaeological opportunities of the Incan civilization. Peruvian cuisine is one of the most exciting cuisines that is up and coming. It's very interesting as well because there is a very large immigration population of Japanese and Chinese as well. So there's a really interesting fusion between Peruvian cuisine and both Japanese and Chinese as well. So definitely be able to try that. We do have an Amazon rainforest overland adventure where you'll go overland for 2 days to spend it in the the Peruvian rainforest. We also have an Ecuadorian Andes overland adventure, as well as a shorter Machu Picchu overland adventure where you'll leave Lima on day 1 and then come back on day 3, having it 1 day in Cusco and 1 day in Machu Picchu for that. Our last port in Peru will be Salaverry, which is the port of Trujillo. Beautiful archaeological excursions that will be found there. You can see this is going to be an opportunity to view some of the colonial architecture from the 1600s and 1700s for that as well. And then we have our first port in Manta in Ecuador. So in Manta, if you're not familiar, we do have the Panama hats are actually from Ecuador. So near to Manta, you have the mountain town of Montecristi, and that is where traditionally Panama hats were made. So you can go over there and get your own official Panama hat, but made in Ecuador. Then we also have a lot of different chocolate plantations, coffee plantations, and what they call Ecuador's own Galapagos is the Isla Corazon, where you can see a lot of the wildlife, like for example, certain birds and things like that you may, if you can't get to the Galapagos, are still a really stellar option to be able to see. Then we have 2 days in Panama City. Fuerte Amador is the port of Panama City. So you have a great opportunity to go into the city and see its old town and its new town. There's lots of nature villages and reserves around. A lot of people, though, they like to go to the Panama Canal experience, see the inner workings of the Panama Canal, both the new and the old blocks, how it works, the history of it. It's a very interesting opportunity to see one of the engineering wonders of the world. Our last port of call before hitting Fort Lauderdale would be Georgetown in the Cayman Islands. Beautiful 7-mile beach, great for snorkeling, amazing flavors to be had, both culinary and in liquid form. And so after enjoying a day in Georgetown in the Cayman Islands, you would be back into Fort Lauderdale after that, which would be your disembarkation points. After a full month, you'll probably be ready, but some of y'all might be wanting to do even more than that. So your travel advisors can definitely be able to assist you. Now, we are excited to have this cruise hosted by our very own Miss Marianne Fender, wonderful traveler as well as amazing travel advisor for Travel Central. She will be on this cruise with you. So if you have any issues or problems, she's also a wonderful traveler herself. She can be able to give you great recommendations as well. Now, we do have an exclusive onboard offer until June 27th. So if you do book anything with Travel Central, we do have up to $150 extra onboard credit on top of the public promotions that we also have. And that's going to be inclusive of the taxes and pricing for the cruise option as well. So one other thing we do have is the Have It All. The Have It All is a amenity package that if you pre-purchase it, you will get the a package of amenities at half off. So that is 3 nights in the specialty dining. You'll be able to do the Pinnacle Grill as well as the Tamarind. That's going to be but in this case you'll actually get 2 nights. I do apologize. So 2 nights because with the 31 days. No, so I apologize. It is 3 nights. 3 nights with the 31 days, plus the $300 shore excursion credit. So that can go towards your Antarctica flight. A beverage package, so that's 15 drinks a day under $11, which is waters, pressed juices, smoothies. That's going to be everything. And then we also have the Wi-Fi surf package. We do have Starlink, so it's really good Wi-Fi throughout the entirety of your trip. Now, if you do deposit, refundable deposit by July 31st, it's going to be a reduced deposit, and it's going to be free prepaid crew gratuities, crew appreciation. That is by July 31st. That is a savings of over $1,000. So this is a great opportunity to make sure that you get the best value that you can. So you get the great group price, you get extra onboard credit, and you get those prepaid crew gratuities as well. Now, we also do have our community appreciation offers, which are for our educators, teachers, faculty member, and staff at any educational institution in the U.S. or Canada. We also have a veteran, retired, active military service, and we also do have our first responders and healthcare workers. If any of those are y'all, talk to your travel advisor. We have a link. You can fill out that link and get an extra $100 onboard credit. But also, if you are an AARP member, let your travel advisor know. We do have a great opportunity for you to be able to get an additional $200 per suite or per veranda, and $100 for an inside or an ocean view. So again, if this is you, talk to your travel advisor, and we can be able to get you that link to ensure that your AARP is accessed. So what does this offer include? So we have, it's going to be a hosted cruise with special group amenities. We have this fantastic price. Again, this is over a month, and you're going to get all your food on board. You're going to be able to get all this extra benefits, especially if you get the Have It All plus the crew gratuities. Now we do have that extra onboard credit, as you can see right here. It can be with a refundable deposit booked by June 27th. So that's a Travel Central exclusive. And then again, if you decide, okay, I need to wait a little bit longer, you at least have until July 31st to make a deposit and get those prepaid crew gratuities. So great opportunity here. Interior, ocean, balcony, and suite. These are hundreds of dollars off of the retail prices that we currently have as well online. Travel Central, by taking out this group space, has gotten a better rate than what we were able to offer online. Now, I know we have a wonderful South American discovery, but just in case you are looking at other dates as well, plus the South American, I'd like to encourage you to talk to Melinda. She has a fantastic cruise that she is taking a group on November 9th from Hong Kong to Singapore this November. So do talk to her overnight in Bangkok, going to one of my favorite places in Vietnam, Da Nang. You can be able to have some time in Singapore afterwards. Wonderful 14-day adventure right before Thanksgiving to relax before the holidays come pounding at your door. We also have Miss Linda doing a 7-day Alaska Explore next year, June 13th through the 20th. She has a great group going from Seattle, doing it Sitka, Juneau, Ketchikan, Glacier Bay, as well as Victoria on Vancouver Island. And then we also have Miss Marianne. She's going to be a busy, busy lady. Next year, she is hosting the Solar Eclipse with Scandinavian, Greenland, and Scotland ports. So this is a round trip from Rotterdam in the Netherlands, going all over Norway, Scotland, England, Iceland, the Faroe Islands, as well as Greenland, before actually being in the path of totality for the solar eclipse next year. We're going to have a great amount of NASA scientists, astronomers, cosmologists. Really great if you're interested in any of that, any of that wonderful science of astronomy. So definitely come in and check that out and talk to your travel advisor if you are interested in that. And with that, I'll bring it back to Miss Melinda.
Wow, Kristen, so many choices and so many good places to go in the world. I hope people will take the opportunity and try to explore the world in other places, not just the most popular. I was just at a meeting last week with Signature Travel Network, and one of the things they said, and I think it's so true, 45% of the world's travel spend is done in 10 countries, and we have 190 countries to choose from. It's a shame. This is the kind of stuff that will really give you the opportunity to see other places than where everyone is going, and some of the over tourism that's going on. And so this gives you the opportunity to see more of the world, plus go to the popular places maybe in a less busy time. But again, as we said at the beginning, Travel Central is your resource. We love to make people's dreams come true. We pride ourselves on keeping up with the latest and greatest in the industry and making sure that you get to take advantage of all the special benefits that we can offer. And finally, if there's no questions in the chat box, let me just check real quick. I apologize if I forgot to say that earlier. I wanted to say thank you for joining us. This was recorded, and we will send out the recording to everybody. We are your experts by land and sea. Here's our phone number and our 800 number, and we hope that you'll get in touch with us so that we can help make your vacation perfect. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to go ahead.